That said, we have 509 persons, and I think it's just about time I started talking. Now, I'll start from Yaoundé, where we have this gang of thieves, these political buffoons. We have these scumbags, scalawags, and imbeciles that have stayed in Yaoundé, and they think that they can say any nonsense about the people of Southern Cameroon. Today, I want to inform Atanga Nji. I want him and his master, Biya, to get one clear fact. I say this because the international community is aware we are at war. And one of the persons we have the responsibility to kill after, before, now, during, and even after the revolution is Atanga Nji. That thief, that criminal, even after we have independence, I want Atanga Nji to be rest assured, even if the government of Southern Cameroon, the government of Ambazonians will pardon him, I will kill him, me, TATAW. Let me tell you people something. Atanga Nji thinks that Ambazonia is for sale. No, it is not. We want to be very clear about this fact, that we are a country and there is nobody born of a woman, whether an activist, a frontline leader, an opposition party or party member, anybody of any affiliation. There is nobody that can take that away from us. The only person that can decide for us to stop now is God, because he is supreme. No other person can decide the fate of Ambazonian but the Ambazonian people. We have decided and we are staying on the path of independence, and nothing is going to change that fact. I want to tell Atanga Nji that he is Minister of Territorial Administration for the 8 regions to which Biya is president, not for Ambazonia. If Atanga Nji thinks that I'm joking, let him make an official visit to either Bamenda, Le Bialem, or my home division man. I will kill him, and like he said, Ambazonians feed on humans. For the first time, I will make history. I'll kill him and use his head for pepper soup. I'll feed him to the dogs. You people should tell Atanga Nji that this is a clear message, that he has declared himself a persona non grata for eternity. He can never be pardoned in the history of Ambazonia. That man is a nincompoop, is a thief, is a criminal, is a scalawag. And Ambazonian must take fashion note. Even in Yaoundé, you are not safe. Some of you live in Biya, you think we don't know. I want to assure you that I'll personally supervise your killing, because you are a terrorist. And Ambazonians, like the international community, will not spare terrorists. I want this to be very clear. If anybody who doubts what I say, if you are afraid, quote me anywhere. My name is TATAW. I'm the one who is saying it, and I'm saying it on record, that Atanga Nji must be killed now, during, or after this revolution. He cannot come to Ambazonia. He will never come to Ambazonia. He's banned for life in our country. And that is a fact. If he doubts it, let him try after independence and see what will happen to him. Let him try. I mean, who on earth does that? They are rallying funds. They claim they want to give our people, our displaced persons, and you come on national crooked CRA TV and you continuously provoke the people. You are trying to please Mr. Biya, but I want to tell you that Biya is never above the 8 million people of Ambazonia. And you can be rest assured that you will never go unpunished. You will never, ever go unpunished. Talking about BR 300. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ambazonians, let me tell us something. Listen very attentively. You know, we do not have to wait until they contribute this money and come and start distributing these things. No. You must know that the 12 billion is a gambit by La République to lure our people and to confuse the international community. Let me say this. If you live in all the 13 counties, whether you are a grandmother, you are a child, anybody who is in Ambazonia, listen very attentively and quote me anywhere. My name is Eric TATAW. You have the responsibility to dictate, locate the houses and personal properties of these elites who are still in Yaoundé. Locate those houses and you do what I'm going to tell you. If they ask you, tell them that Eric TATAW asked you to do it. It is war. And you hear the utterances of Atanga Nji on television. It tells you they are planning to kill us some more. So if you are intelligent enough, you must start by teaching them a lesson. What do? You destroy the enemy's camp. So Atanga Nji, where is his house? Where is Philemon Yangs? All the elites who are still in Yaoundé. This is what you must do. Go to their houses, their farms, their personal properties. Burn everything down. They should not have anything representing them in Ambazonia. Because these people, they are using Ambazonia to raise money to give Mr. Biya to buy weapons and poison goods to kill our people. And you must cut the sources of those finances. Let me tell you, that money is for 2 or more reasons, none of which is in favor of Ambazonia. They'll use the money to buy weapons, or they'll use the money to buy poison goods. That's what Mr. Biya wants to do. And for us to cut down, look, somebody like Dampolo, for us to cut down these finances, you have to destroy everything that belongs to any elite in your division or region or any area in your village. If there's any elite, Amber warriors, take note. Forget about police attack and gendarme attack for now. Let's embark on Operation BR300. All elites, all counties, you have the responsibility. Parliamentarians, mayors, businessmen who are contributing, you have that list. Burn down everything that belongs to them. If they ask you, tell them that Eric TATAW asked you to burn them down. This is because in war, you must stop the enemy from having finances to come and kill you. And our elites are giving them money, and it means that if there is a relief program for a people, they cannot leave southwest and northwest and go and contribute the money in Yaoundé. No, it has never happened. When actors want to do solidarity, when Oprah Winfrey wants to do solidarity, he moves to the areas affected. You will go to Haiti. You cannot stay in America and you're doing solidarity for Haiti. You can raise the fund here, but you must go down to start some campaigns there. This means that the elites are cooking something bad for us. And the only way for us to survive is to destroy the sources from where they take money to give Mr. Biya. It is not about an Amber fighter going to burn a house. No, it is about the collective responsibility of the 8 million or 10 million Ambazonians. You have that responsibility as an Ambazonian to burn down. If you are in Bachontai, you have the responsibility to burn down Kabetando's house because he is contributing money for the enemy to use to kill your brothers. If you are in Funi, you have the responsibility to burn down the house of any elite around there who is contributing money. If you are in Chang, for example, you have the responsibility to burn down the houses of Clarkson Bianyo and Professor Echu George. You have that responsibility. If you are in Kupe Maninguba, you have the responsibility to raise the properties of Elon Paul, Ngole Ngwese Philip, Ngole Elvis. You have the responsibility. If you are in the northwest, around Donga Mantung, you have the responsibility to raise the property of Fu Callisto's gentry. Those are people who are raising money to make sure that our boys are being killed, our youths Our mothers are being killed. Listen, it is your responsibility. It is religious. It is righteous. It is legal for you to kill the enemy before they kill you. I've been saying these things many times, and people think we are joking. The struggle has gone above emotions. It is time for us to ensure, listen, any elite in your area who has never written a rejoinder, a disclaimer that no, he's not of the Biya regime and he doesn't support what Biya is doing. Listen, let me tell you. Quote me anywhere, my name is TATAW. Burn down his property. House, farms, everything that belongs to them. Put it down. I mean, like, down. Please, if you join, you share, you invite friends, let's get this show straight. I'm talking about BR 300. Join, share, invite friends. That's all you have to do. For those of you who are following me, who are not friends with me yet, just go to my page. If you want to be getting my live shows, you just click follow on TATAW. That will be enough. Each time I come online, you're going to see it. If I post something, you're going to see it. Because unfortunately, I've passed my friend request limit. Now, a lot of people do not understand. You know, it is already clear that we are going to have independence. We already have independence. But we have to reduce the casualties. We don't want a Pyrrhic victory. Pyrrhic victory is that kind of victory that you have independence, but you don't have people to enjoy the independence. And that's what Biya wants to ensure. He wants to ensure that he will kill everybody before we even get the independence. So, we as Ambazonians, we have the responsibility to minimize the collateral damages that would accrue to the independence struggle. How do we minimize it? We will minimize it by way of facilitating the impression on the international scene for the international community, because we are doing a great job, we are fighting, but we need the international community, 1, 2, 3, or 4 countries to recognize us. Remember the case of South Sudan. They were recognized by the United States before you see things came and fell in place. But you see, the Ambazonian population must now do what I want to call the unity and isolationism theory. This is 2 in 1. You have seen that all of a sudden the consortium is resurfacing, and we had SCCOP, we had ACT, and all of this. Let me tell you for the truth. In a document recently in the British Parliament, UK Parliament, they wrote very well about the Ambazonian crisis, but they made mention of a very important fact, that the armed groups are still raising their weapons against each other. What does this mean? It means that the world would not and will never support any group of persons who are fighting a common cause and are fighting amongst themselves. How do we solve these problems, or this particular problem? As activists, we have the responsibility to desist from talking about groups and talking about a people, the representative of a people. And I want to say this because some activists, when I say that I'll arrest some activists, some people think that I'm joking. I'm not going to withdraw that statement. People who do not understand, they have killed people, too many people, and we cannot keep ourselves on a sideline and watch people continuously help in corroding the image of our revolution on the international scene. I will not stop to talk and call their names because I'm thinking that A will say, oh, you are jealous of this, or why do you always call people's name? No. I want you people to understand one thing. For us to succeed, we already succeeded, but for us to end this fight as soon as possible, for the international community to step in today, tomorrow, is total and absolute unity. No government, nobody, including yourself, will not accept an independent southern Cameroons with the kind of attitude that some of our brothers are putting on social media. I say this because I have hints that there are some countries that want to recognize us, but they are scared to put their hands in blood. There are partners who want to invest, give money for Ambazonians to get this independence and then give them a deal, but they can't because they are afraid that A will come and carve out a territory and start fighting B, and the South Sudan will result. And this particular thing weighs on the shoulders of activists. I want to say that the only reason why we are still at this stage is because one of the main activists who has been doing a tremendous job has vehemently refused to call a spade a spade. One of the activists who is the biggest voice in this revolution, undoubtedly, a big voice, a very big voice, has refused to stand out tall and put groups aside and put 8 million or 10 million people on top. I'm talking about my brother, Mark Barita. If Mark were to join me in this crusade of telling Ayabacho, Tapang, and the rest that they must stop this rubbish, my brothers and sisters would have had independence yesterday or 10 weeks ago. The reason why we are still at this level is because people have refused to understand that the blood of innocent Ambazonians is above ego. Their bloods are above ego. We must realize this fact now. I want to tell you one thing. For those of you who are ardent and fervent supporters of groups, you will cry tomorrow because the blood of these innocent people will follow you. As for my friend Tapang Ibotanku, whose name I must call because he loves his name to be called. And some people think that you cannot make Tapang more popular or more known than he has been known. He's known. And calling his name does not change the fact. And I want Tanku to try to understand that there is a difference between popularity and notoriety. You can be well known as a thief. In that case, you become notorious. You can be well known as a priest or bishop of God doing good things like TB Joshua. In that case, you become popular. So do not confuse popularity and notoriety. I say so because in my last outing, I warned Tanku not to claim anything related to the Red Dragons. But he has continuously, dubiously linked the Red Dragon to ADF as an elite squad of the ADF. But after this live show, all of you watching me, you go back to my wall 30 minutes after this live show. I'll put up a video of the Red Dragon, and Tapang will have to use his eyes and his ears to chop Christmas. I think when this video will be out that I'm going to publish after this live show, all of you will now understand why I said that Tapang and Ayabacho are the greatest problem we have in this revolution. I call their names, just two of them, without fear, without fervor, without prejudice, without sentiment, without emotion, because these are the two guys who want to destroy this revolution. And I have said that I will arrest them and I will arrest them. And there's no joke about it. If I have my way, I will arrest Tapang and Ayabacho. I will lock them up until after independence before I release them. For those of you who are blind supporters of people, who think that you only have to support a group, more than 10 million people, more than 60,000 refugees, more than 1 million or 2 or 3 million internally displaced persons, more than thousands of our brothers in jail. If you think you only have to support people other than the 10 million Ambazonians, the time is now for you to know that every TATAW is going to preach the policy of isolationism. I have told the interim government through the acting president, I talked with Dr. Sako yesterday on phone, and I told him, Mr. President, if you ever in your life attend this collaboration conference in Canada, I'll ask Ambazonians to vomit you. There cannot be a collaboration conference when opportunists and confucianists like Tapang Tanku have gone on stage and every time they try to sabotage the interim government. There can never be a collaboration conference when Ayabacho is fighting groups on the ground. The only way I have told the organizers of this conference that 90%, or if not 98% of the leaders of this revolution are in the United States. If they want this revolution or any organization about the conference to cut costs, it is only natural wisdom that the remaining 2% of the leaders should move to the United States and have this conference. We cannot displace people to go to Canada when we don't even have the means. So I want to say this, and I want to be clear and pellucid that this revolution is above any individual. It's above Sisiku Cabbage Julius, and that's why today I'm going to offer Sisiku to Mr. Biya as an elections gift, and you will understand my point when I will tell you what we have to do about the case of Sisiku and co. Now, I've said I will release a video after this. I've also advised the interim government to work a coalition with Comrade Akwanga and other leaders. He should be brought into the IG and given a strategic position. If Comrade Ayabacho wants to join, he should join. Secretary Chris Anu had said it about the necessity for us to come as a group under the Ambazonian Security Council. We will not have had people fighting on the ground. And for those of you, listen very attentively. We have come too long, too far. The bushes and the pains and the agony is too much. And we cannot continuously entertain scalawags and people who only think about money and name. We will never ever forgive them for trying to trade Ambazonian for ego and personal aggrandizement. Let me tell us something. I want to be quoted anywhere. For those of you who are supporters of these two gentlemen whose names I just mentioned, I want you to remember one thing. Remember today, you remember me for life, that you made a mistake not to be on the path of honesty. I want to also urge Comrade Mark Barita. Let him know that if there is one other person that has to join me in this crusade, one voice that I need, one voice that matters, is your voice, Barita. Tell Ayabacho that all of us need to come under one umbrella for the international community to appreciate our unity and give us this independence as fast as possible. For those of you gang fighters, those of you on Ground Zero, do not feel discouraged. Do not feel discouraged. Do not ever think that there is fighting on social media. This does not concern you. I know it affects your ego, but we must keep the heart straight. And I want to tell you that 90% of the people are with the interim government. And we only ask the other 10% to join this particular government for the international community to give us our recognition. What is so difficult? What is difficult? Everybody wants to be a leader. Oh, everybody wants to become the commander-in-chief of A. Today, Tapang says he's the Red Dragon. If Ayabacho were an honest man, he started by calling the Red Dragon in the Republic group because he sees that he has the same agenda of doing things that are not right with Tapang. He now accepts that the Red Dragon is an elite squad of the ADF. I have a video that I'm going to put out after this show, and you come to the conclusion that the two persons who want to bury this revolution, they are Tapang and Ayaba. And all Ambazonians must isolate these two persons. Tapang left Bala, left Barrister Bala, after messing up with Fontem and the rest. He came now to be neutral. He moved to Ayaba. He's moving up and down like a social media prostitute. It is not a fair thing for us to stay quiet. Let me tell you a little story. Tanku and Eric TATAW were classmates from University of Biya. He was one of my best friends, and he's still my friend. I hold no grudge. I have nothing against Tanku. But if you follow me from long, I have always said that we need to keep our tracks straight. I always say that we need to keep our tracks straight. This gentleman wants to destroy this struggle. This gentleman wants to kill our revolution. I don't know the reason why he's doing this. If he has been paid by La République, I don't know why. Because he understands conspiracy theories. But one thing I want to inform him is this. All Ambazonians, they know that you lie. And we're just trying to put the minds of the few who might try to believe you in order. That is all. Please, nobody should talk about doing your part. This issue is not a goosey or some achuk that is sold in a restaurant. Everybody goes there with their own money to eat their own part. No. Ambazonia or Southern Cameroon is not Achu, it's not Congo meat. It's not like animals in the forest that everybody is going to hunt. It is a destination where we must do a collective fight. Ambazonia is not an Olympics game. It is a Nations Cup where we must play as a team. People are not going for individual trophies. We are going as a team. Now, with this said, there is another group that wants to disturb us, the Consortium. What is the Consortium? I want to ask my brother John Bakuro. Why is it that everybody wants to be in charge? What is the Consortium? When Mark Barita will condemn SCCOP, and then the Consortium that was long banned and that the public is trying to use to get us to somewhere that we don't want to go to. People are recognizing the Consortium. If I hear pimp about that Consortium nonsense, thunder fire anybody who wants to talk about Consortium here. What is Consortium? What is the Consortium? That's what I want to ask. What is the Consortium? Where was the Consortium? Consortium that has left from Batasang was in the Consortium. He left and came to SCCOP. If you say that Batasang is your leader, Batasang has moved away from Consortium and SCCOP, and he has come into the interim government. All of you, John Bakuru, Tapang Ayaba, and the rest, you come on social media and you call Sisiku and others our leaders. It's good that all of you have called them our leaders. When you call them our leaders, you go back and you start fighting with individual groups. They were leaders. Which group of persons was Siseko or were Siseko and others heading? That's what I want to ask. Was Siseko not the leader or the president of the interim government? So if you say that Siseko is your leader, why don't you come and join forces with the interim government? Why? I'm asking you people. Or you want to use Siseko to create sympathy that, oh, this man cares about Siseko. I want to tell you something. None of you ever cared about Siseko. And today, quote me anywhere. My name is Eric TATAW. I want to put an end to this Siseko nonsense. Yes, I call it Siseko nonsense because it's too much. Now listen, if you like, you write it down. We will have to move 2 billion steps ahead of Biya. And Biya thinks that he can use Siseko and the others to try to moderate this revolution. It will not work. It will never work. It will never work. That is why all these leaders, I'll come back to these leaders. Let me go to this Biya Siseko stuff. Listen very attentively. If you don't know, Biya is hoping, his only exit point now is Siseko. He wants to use Siseko to exit. And this is what we are going to do. I want Ambazonians to tell, listen, if Biya likes, let him eat Siseko. We don't want Siseko again. We have to get discouraged. If Biya likes, let him eat Siseko. Because every day, oh, Siseko here, Siseko there, they keep us confused. Why do they keep us confused? Because they think that with the revolution depends on Siseko. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. We have passed that stage. Siseko said that nobody's above the revolution. Mr. Biya has to know that we are 8 to 10 million people. Siseko and 10 or 12 persons, they are not up to 100 refugees are in Nigeria. They are normal people like everybody, but they are our leaders. Now, if Biya thinks that with Atanga Nji is good, Atanga Nji says that they cannot release our leaders because the population will kill them. Fine, keep them forever. We don't need them. And I want to tell Ambazonians that we must remove that nonsense that you say acting president on Sako. Siseko is my tribesman. Siseko comes from Ewele. Ewele is a Mojok. And then I'm Upper Biya, we are Manu. I've spoken with Siseko many times on phone. I've met Siseko one-on-one. I've talked with him. In fact, when he came to the DMB area here, I'm the one who did a live stream of the fundraiser at the hall, somewhere around Capitol Heights. So if he were a different person I was talking about, I was saying that because he not be a countryman, I want him to remain for prison. No. We have to do what we call, in philosophy, there is what we call the principle of higher good. In the principle of higher good, you look at this case that this person has an accident. The person might die anyway. He might die. This other person is just short of blood. And if we give him blood, he has a possibility to survive. So in the principle of higher good, both persons might need blood. The accident victim and the person who is just short of blood and who can sustain and actually talk of some things that are really triggering, that are disturbing him or her. Now, in the principle of higher good, who will you attend to? The accident patient that's almost going to die, or the person who is short of blood that you know, because both of them need blood, but this person has no accident case. This is an accident person. So who are you going to attend to? You are going to attend to the person who is short of blood that might live after you must have given the person blood. Now, listen very attentively. Sisiku is like an accident. Sisiku and the other detainees, even Manchu, they are like accident victims because they are already where Biya can manipulate them anyhow, do what they want to do with them. That's what Biya wants to do. And Biya thinks I can use these people to try to push us to come and beg. No, we will not. From today, I want Ambazonians to rise up above that nonsense of people thinking that, oh, if we hear about Sisiku, we'll start shaking. No more. Sisiku, we love you, but we are saying that it is over today because Biya thinks that he can use you to destroy your legacy. Sisiku is held incommunicado. Yes, he's in Yaoundé. But what do we do? Now, if Sisiku signs any document, it's going to be binding on the people of Ambazonia because he's our president. Dr. Sako is only the acting president. Sako is not my friend. And Sisiku is my tribesman. Obviously, I should want to protect Sisiku's interests. And not Sako's. But now, do we talk about 10 million people are involved? That's the principle of higher good. We must now strip Sisiku of the president position and give it to Dr. Sako, whosoever the Ambazonian people choose. We will no longer have somebody who is here and we call him acting president. No. We'll have that person get a full capacity of a president to be the only person to negotiate on behalf of Ambazonians. We will not have any person in jail negotiate for us. It will not happen. There will be nobody of the consortium, no federalist, nobody that will negotiate on behalf of the Ambazonians. No more. If Biya wants to eat Sisiku, let him cut Sisiku as pepper soup and eat Sisiku. That is his gift that we have given him for elections. If he thinks that the Ambazonian people will remain stagnant because he has arrested Sisiku, there is no problem. Let him eat Sisiku. Biya can have Sisiku for pepper soup. We will no longer be concentrating on it's 7 months. In 7 months. And every time they use Sisiku to increase adrenaline. Do you know how many people will die each time they say Sisiku? We will no longer listen. I'm telling you as Eric TATAW. Quote me anywhere. We will not. We have said that Sisiku, I'm saying it, and it's a proposal for Ambazonian people to consider that we don't need Sisiku as a president anymore. He's going to remain our honorary president. When he comes out from the shit that our republic has put him or put us, we're going to give him back his president position. For now, there is nothing like acting president. We should have that position changed to president of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia so that Biya can eat Sisiku and Tasang if they like. Enough is enough. There are 12 persons or 47 or 50. They are not above 8 million or 10 million people. And for us to make Biya to understand, he has to know that we are above that kind of manipulation. Atanga Nji, let me tell you, I've decoded you. You think that you can come and hold. We will not release Ambazonian leaders. Keep them forever. We don't need them. What are we doing with 12 people when you have killed 3,500? Is Sisiku more than Mami Api? Sisiku has never put himself above anybody. He has never put himself above anybody. So if people think that we will come and be checking each time, listen, let me tell you something. When you push people, there's an elastic limit. We are tired of your stories about Sisiku. So we are giving you Biya. Take Sisiku. That is your elections gift. If you want to use him for elections, that's true. But we'll have Ambazonia. And let me tell you, when we'll have that country, that's when we'll come for your heads. All of you to give us Sisiku. For now, keep Sisiku. We'll go to Boya. Gudashuna Sisiku. Now chop. So we don't want to hear anybody that a consortium will say that if news comes about Sisiku, we'll publish. But we don't want to hear anybody talking about Sisiku. Let it be that Biya should not think that they can use those gentlemen to play on our psychology. No, we will not have that anymore. And if people don't know, this revolution is above everybody, all these people in jail. The revolution is above them. Just a minute. And like I said, if Atanga Nji does not understand, we have already gone above that level. And there is nobody. Listen, if you have not picked your guns, you have machetes, cutlasses, knives, sticks, spoons, pick them up, Ambazonians. Pick them up. There will be no ceasefire. There will be no ceasefire. If Biya, in fact, if Biya jokes, let me tell you what will happen. See, this point should make clear. It should make clear. We are at war. And we have the responsibility. Every Ambazonian, hold your weapons. Hold your weapons. Forget about Sisiku. Because this is what Biya thinks that he can use to track us. Okay, just listen. When the news of Sisiku came out, look how everybody was confused. Everybody was shaking. Mommy, they were shaking. This is shaking. Nobody, no man, no shaking, mommy. We don't talk here. We go dash Sisiku for Biya. Sisiku na one person, but we like him. Sisiku, look Jesus Christ. If God not be take Jesus, say, God get Jesus. We assume say Sisiku na our own Jesus. We don't sacrifice it for getting independence. Biya use it because he knows our own Jesus too. So I already use them for test people. We see temperature. We see how they will do. Listen, my turn on one thing. We don't really get that sense. And me, God not sleep because God dey pray wisdom for our head. So we must make sure, say, make nothing not happen for our emotions about what you think about Sisiku. No more. Better. My turn on thing. Better. Say we want to talk about Sisiku. Una better make Evan Tapang president of Ambazonia. Forget about Sisiku. Now forget about Sisiku. We must move above that level. We must move above that level. Now the time now is. Now, with that said, I'm sure Atanga Nji will be very disappointed because for them, they feel say Sisiku na a joker. Please, if you join this show, invite all man me come because I want to talk some very important thing. And this thing, now the major thing where the cause with this problem for social media. Fake profiles. Fake profiles. You see people like Siri, Nancy, where from the time we start, now only Eric start already caution. You see like Michael Fish, from the time we start, now only Eric start already caution. Nyampuka, we don't stop. The rest, listen, let me tell you something. There's another one they call sheep, Nambi, what, broker, what. Let me tell you something. These people never get no impact because international community, if some diploma one can check what is happening in Ambazonia. You go for Eric Tatewa or for Magbarita. You know, can check who be Nancy, Siri Nancy. Who knows Siri Nancy? Who know Michael Fish now? Why go figure and then a fish? You be fish. We used to know the only Mark Fish will be known for South Africa be the play ball. He ain't been a human being with the sea for fee. Your own Michael Fish. Who's we come off Facebook now water? Who's you come on? No, we not block them. Because they get right. Now human being the way they don't die. Then that goes they don't be frustrated. So that you work up and down. See, I'm not gonna block nobody. But I want to ask you where you go like fake profile where they talk. Listen, there are different kinds of fake profiles. I've not talking before, say, I've write on a make noise here. Say you get angelic fake profiles and demonic fake profiles. Angelic fake profile, I put the way they talk for the struggle because they fear me Biya no arrest them. So Biya use army, but you where you can coach activists like me where are they empty for Facebook. I'll leave you free of charge on my page. You fear now waiting. You simply fear me for telling us strong past you. So fake profile not mean I say I talk about all man. No, fake profile is for you now for promote the struggle. That why I do now 1 billion% gun salute. Now, for you when I do on a 3 on a 4, instead of promote this struggle. No, it's important. Let's make this point. It's not wasting time, my sister Gladys Tambagbo. You see, these people then, I didn't anecdote about these fake profiles. You see, you can like some fake profile. You know, you can't like fake profile. You share fake profile. You can't say, oh, wonderful. You did things say wait, you been a normal person. If some fake profile you talk in the way they did bad about the revolution, when you talk to them, it makes sense. You know, no peace, hope. You are a good fake profile. You get reason why we code yourself. I get plenty people the way they don't come on my WhatsApp, they tell me, say, oh, my name for Facebook and this, and I keep on secret, you know. So you probably will not understand, say, some of these fake profiles, now so some of these activists, they don't create them for use them for set confusion. I want to go back for Tapang and Ayaba. I asked Ayaba, say, you don't know, say, all these sheep nambis and all the fake profiles, Ambazonians, ADF, weighty. They disgrace you. Because if you be true leader, you see some fake profiles, they can't use your name for cause confusion. You can't say, people, they stop. Me, I get that one account. The second account will create the National Telegraph official page where it will be active in the next couple of days. So when I do that, I will share them and I'll come live for announcement so that any news we won't get them for the struggle and about the world, you go for that page. But for now, this fake profile, you know, this fake profile, they simply try for help we for authenticate our liberalism. Now, why that I don't tell people, they say, I'm not going to ever block no man, whether I'm francophone or a fake profile. Siri Nancy, every day they on the page, you decosh me. You never say I block you, no. I never block you. They send you Michael Fish. I never ever block una because una not be worth it when I talk, it not get no meaning because na they help for, you know, for talk, for give us the balance in democracy. For sure say no, this man the page na democratic page. Now whether all my with all the page, no. I never ever Capo Daniel don't block me. But now he send me friend request. Akosin Polinja, they don't block me. You know, Tapang they block me, unblock me. The only activist will never block me for this trouble. Now Mark Barita. That's all. So if you get activists away, that they block people, then create fake account or go write about you for your war, it doesn't make sense. I want to tell you one thing. Say the revolution. Now revolution where we must stand tall. Mark Barita must come out, condemn this fake profiles. The reason why all these things they continue because each time I talk A, Mark Moronka talk B for try to look like, you know, because we talk about fake profiles. Mark say no, now fake profile, they hold this struggle. No, distinguish the fake profiles. Look at their activities. How did they help this struggle? It be very important. It be very, very important. So, wait to feel the urge when I say, when the fake profile they write until it concern interim government versus this man and so on, not comment they, not like them, not share them. Now all that. Because I'm not saying not easy because they write in a way you see how they vex you, you might want to talk. Just go off. Okay, so another buffoon day for one of South Africa where they call it Doromega. I'll call him because me and if you ever come and because for them, the only one I think will call him they be popular. Doromega, now another fool where he not even know he left from the right. Now man that way, Eli Smith, when a senior journalist, he talk for BBC say the rebels that they fight with government, he can start attack Eli Smith. Say Lisimi call we rebels. So Doromega, you see the level of illiteracy. How some man door. Now why are you talking nonsense? Because he don't even know the meaning of rebel. Wait to be rebel. You not be rebel, do it. Rebel na kosh. No. Rebel na simply a noun where they describe person or group of persons and when na plural will be rebels. Where they don't take arm against government because they not be satisfied. Now it comes from the word rebellion. This is a rebellion. It's a revolution, it's a rebellion. So you use the word wata, you never know the meaning of rebel. Now another man that way, it there for Facebook only for cause confusion. They call it the Omega in South Africa. Now man way from 1st to 31st, it dress, he only have to go buy cheap suits. Can't wear them for Facebook, the snap, they kill people then. If you say put on for Snapchat post, I'm gonna ask you. Listen, no, I want to make this point. I'm not there for take nonsense from anybody because now need a help for spoil this trouble. And if you don't know. I don't get normally, I don't say, I don't comment for that kind of because man will not know definition of rebel. It's until you tell your person, sir, if you are a rebel, I'm not a rebel. Then you are not in this revolution if you are not a rebel. A rebel is not a terrorist. Put it in your mind. Don't get confused. A rebel is not a terrorist. So if we don't know, listen very attentively. I want to know and listen. Today I call people that name and we know the fear. And I want all of Grand Zero for remain committed. So this talk now for point out people the way that they destroy this trouble. Man will not know definition for rebel. No, listen, don't tell me about not insulting people. The Omega is a crazy guy. Look at his word. He's the highest person, one of the highest persons with Tapang who bring divisiveness. You know, who they want to destroy the struggle. Look at what he does. I cannot stop. Listen, he's a man who does not know the meaning of rebel. He goes to insult Eli Smith. You know nothing. They did not a rebel. Which kind of human being that? So those people must stop. They must stop. Okay, now I want to listen one final thing before I go. And I want to put on this way. For people the way they don't understand about this elites and way they don't donate. Just before that, I will talk about isolationism. Make interim president, the president of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, Dr. Sako. Me take the responsibility, take his phone, call Dr. Akwanga, say, Doctor, come, let's have this meeting. Call Dr. Ayaba, say, come, let's have this meeting. Call Bo Herbert, come, let's have this meeting. Me they start the meeting for here for US. If we like Ambazonians, we will put funds together for get logistics for Dr. Ayaba, we will come from Norway for camp for US. That unity or conference for Canada are not going to support her. Now my friend, the day for fun, Lucas Asu and the rest, but I'm not going to support that unity this thing. So I want to listen.